Good afternoon, everyone. It's Pastor Bramnick at Holy Shepherd Lutheran Church in Hazlet, Texas. Today is Thursday. It's November the 7th. It's time for our daily devotion. We are continuing our study of Psalm 8, and today I want to go into its discussion about dominion, that man is given dominion over nature. But we know that this also ties into the dominion that Christ has, because Christ is the ultimate man. He is the second Adam. So Adam, of course, and his descendants are given dominion over creation, and then Christ is given dominion over the new creation, which, of course, does include creation as well. But I want to read this verse to you from Hebrews that helps us understand this a little bit better. So in Hebrews 2, this psalm is quoted. So beginning at verse 5. It is not to angels that he has subjected the world to come, about which we are speaking, but there is a place where someone has testified. What is man that you are mindful of him, the Son of Man that you care for him? You made him a little lower than the angels, you crowned him with glory and honor, and put everything under his feet. In putting everything under him, God left nothing that is not subject to him. Yet at present, we do not see everything subject to him. But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels, now crowned with glory and honor, because he suffered death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone. In bringing many sons to glory, it was fitting that God, for whom and through whom everything exists, should make the author of their salvation perfect through suffering. Okay, so the writer to the Hebrews here quotes Psalm 8 word for word. And he is talking about man, but then he also weaves into Christ. And, in this current creation, we still have sin. We still have the effects of sin. We still have death. Not everything has yet been brought under the subjection of Christ, because that doesn't happen until the last day when Jesus eternally vanquishes Satan and hell and initiates the new creation in which death and sin have been completely vacated from the current creation. And so therefore then all things will be under his feet at that time. So for the current time, sin is reigning, sin is existing, sin is present. Christ, of course, reigns over sin. And we have victory over sin spiritually, right? Through the blood of Christ, we have our victory over sin and death. But in a physical, bodily sense, not all sin it still exists, right? And so, I believe that the world is continuing for more people to come to know Christ, to receive their promised inheritance of a heavenly victory because of what Jesus did. And then at the end of the age, when Jesus comes to judge the living and the dead, at that time, a new creation comes about, and then all sin and death are done away with, and then all things are put under Christ's feet at that time. And there's no sin, there's no tears, there's no sadness, there's no hunger, there's no thirst. So we await this consummation that is promised to us at the end of the age. And the writer to the Hebrews beautifully explains this psalm to us in a very Christological fashion today in the New Testament. And so it's such a blessing to have that much of the psalm quoted by the writer to the Hebrews, so that we see how all of this that was written in the Old Testament really factors into what's written in the New. Okay, let's continue with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen. All right, announcements for today. The tree trimmers finally came. Hooray. And they did a lot of work already by this time of the day. So if you come up here in the next couple days, be ready for some wide open spaces, because there are not trees where there used to be trees, and it's amazing how different the property looks. So we had more than a couple trees cut down, and so but that work's going to continue this afternoon. It may stretch into tomorrow. We will see. But we are grateful that they have been able to come out and to help us out with our property. We do have Grief Share happening tonight at 7 p.m. And like I said yesterday, we have the midweek Advent Supper sign-ups sheets up now in the in East Hall. We did get a new TV this week also, and so the TV that's been in the fellowship hall, the interactive display that we've used for so long, is being retired. It still functions. It may have a line. If you want it, it's yours. Just let me know today. It's very heavy, and but you are welcome to it. Otherwise, we do have plans to retire it. So let me know if you have some interest. Email me today if you would. And let's see. Church email newsletter went out yesterday. We have a number of things in there about Advent coming up. And we have a full calendar in there now for November, December. So you'll be able to see some upcoming events. And I think that's it. I think that's all the announcements I have. So God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you again on Saturday for more daily devotions.